Hello and welcome to the channel Gone with Gandalf, and today I am hoping to see the end of Dol Guldur, but before we get any further into that, I'm going to be trying some new things here to try and kind of keep the flow of the video a bit better, so let me know at the end perhaps how you find that. But also I'd like to thank all of the new subscribers. Currently we're actually sitting at 68, which is very similar to the 69 turn that we're currently on. So thank you all very much, and also thank you for the kind comments and the input that I have seen in some of the videos. So Ryan Hernandez, the Turd Burglar, great name, and also to Chris Amon, or Chris Amon. I'm sorry, I don't know how to quite pronounce that, but he suggested that we should get some cavalry, and I, as I told him, I actually agree with that. So I think we're going to be trying to push some cavalry into our armies very quickly, because that will help us out no end. So, as I say, I think Dol Guldur are hopefully going to be killed off in this episode. I'm going to do my best. And the spawn, the last stack spawn, is going to come in just around here. So our troops here that are currently on the way to Erin Amderion, they're not going to be needed there. Hatsbur Southis is going to be attacked because they own the region over here called Rhawburg, I believe, and then also Dantalad. So they're either going to strike Dor Naurhach here, which has Thranduil in. So we're probably going to have to try and help him out and get some replenished troops in here. So I'm going to actually move some of these troops to Port Cymru. Or wait, that's like how you meant to say it. But Port Cymru is how you'd probably say it if you were an elf. So we're going to try and get some more archers in here, and then kind of hope that he can last the siege. And then also Kelahir here, we're going to move out his troops to Bur Southis over here, and then we can unlock Sidhpantion to go off and take Rhawburg before Dol Guldur show up. So other than that, nothing else is really happening this turn. This is the same turn as the last episode where we left off. We do still have some money, but I think I'm going to save up to build this stronghold, because then that will really help us out in terms of public order, so we can get Legolas out of there, because of course, well, it's mainly Squalor that is providing a negative to our public order there. So should we build that, then this will go down because the population growth will go up again, because they're not so crowded anymore, which is fantastic. But other than that, we then have some Woodland Sentinels coming up here that are being trained, and they're going to be moved to Thranduil over here to help him defend. And then these two units are hopefully going to be able to be retrained here as well, because we do have one unit there in the queue. I would prefer to have these ones because they are experienced.
Follow me.
So I believe it just aids in accuracy and reload time. And then up here in Thranduil, Array Forest, we've got some Woodland Sentinels here as well. And we're going to move them to Thranduil's Halls, where we are training some of our brothers from Lothlorien that we've now managed to get from our fancy new barracks that we got from the Elven Alliance script. But then, rather than waiting for all of these to retrain, or train rather, I think I'm going to move out these Gurthinen and Woodland Warriors, and we're going to start plodding them down here towards Brown Boat. Or perhaps Bur Rauj, because then they can link up with Sidhpantion once he's taken this settlement over here. And also just to reinforce, because we don't actually know what the Dol Guldur last stand is going to do. They might come this way, and they might go south. So we need to kind of prepare for both eventualities. However, I don't think they're going to attack either of these units here. I hope, anyway. Okay then, well, the last stand of the Breland. So this kind of message comes up whenever a region or a faction goes below 3 settlements, I think. And so this kind of icon shows that the last stand has kicked in. So Breland's not doing well, and there is Dol Guldur's final stand. And, oh, and a dance guild. Okay, we will take that. And Dol Guldur diminished, that's just a second one, I believe. So here's Mao Duff. And he is kind of moving quite at quite a fast pace there towards Thranduil here. Should he come down here, it's another probably 3 turns that he makes it before he makes it to us. So we do have a bit of time. So these sentinels will certainly make it, and we'll retrain those as well. We'll do that as the last thing. Now, I did notice that we have a spy here, Eru Dagrian, and he's not really worth keeping down there. So we'll move him up north so he can keep an eye on Mao Duff. And also, another idea I thought of was we'd move our diplomat Tithai Farason here. And he's going to go and speak to Mordor, because we are still actually at war with Mordor. Now, if we take Dantalad, which is the region just here, and then border Mordor, it's less likely that they will accept a ceasefire. And the reason we would like a ceasefire is because, quite simply, I'd rather not immediately go to war with them after we've dealt with Mordor, because as I have said before, that I'd actually quite like to go and attack Moria, take that, and then perhaps also attack Gundabad, and then we will probably be bordering Rune as well if we take Dantalad. Well, we're going to take out this force here of Maulers and Orc fighters, but we can't... well, actually, let's first withdraw, and
Elves, for the light.
Which units actually have good movement range? Okay, so we're going to take out this army here. It should be a doddle, but with that kind of auto-resolve strength, there's no way I can risk it. So I'll see you there.
Fight to the end.
Alright, well, we've got a nice day for it here. So we're going to set up. They're probably just going to be right there. I mean, the ballista's not going to do a whole lot, but sure, just go there. And we'll put the general front and center so he can immediately start shooting. And we'll put our woodland scouts either side of the ballista as well. And then, sure, just put the woodland wardens, or the Jabby boys, put them on fire at will, and see how this goes. Take these off skirmish mode. Also, if you are wondering how this UI looks like this, it is just the minimal UI that you can yourself do. So if I just quickly, I think it's just here. So yeah, it's just minimal HUD. Yeah, that looks like that, which is massive and horrible. So you just click minimal HUD and then you get this, which I think is far better because you can actually see. And now, because our general as well was shooting them, they decided to come back and get some. Now I'm a bit nervous that this ballista is going to start shooting our own, so I might just make them stop completely. But the Maulers are the real trouble here, if they can be called trouble. We've seen them plenty of times, but if you have forgotten, these have they do have a bit of experience. I wonder if they've got a weapon upgrade as well. But they've got a 6 attack, a 6 charge. It's only a defense of 6, where 4 is in armor. So that is all that is going to help them in from arrow fire. And when you've got an attack of, like our basic archers have of 6, it's they're going to go down. And okay, that's enough of you. You're just taking out a lot of our troops. Why do I even have a ballista? Like, who even trained that? Oh yeah, I remember now. I got it for free, and even then, it's still costing us. So it's useful because you know you don't then have to. A lot of these settlements that we have around here, they're just wooden, walled settlements, so we can actually just go straight in without needing to wait a turn for siege equipment. So that is pretty useful. But now you two just stop firing. And we're just going to come round the flank with the remainder of our javelins, and these guys will probably run. I mean, I suppose we can move these guys around as well. But we took a few down, and we'll just throw these in, and then we're going to charge. That'll see a few more go down. Oh, that was all they had. Oh, okay. That was a bit... quite the anticlimax. But we're going to kill them all. 85% is the golden number. We already have that. Excellent. So, apart from the bit of friendly fire, I thought that went quite well. Okay then, well, we're going to execute them all. Because we can't be having orc trash, orc filth just running around our lands. And, I mean, I do kind of want these guys to come with me, but equally, I'd kind of want to get over to Rhawburg as soon as possible. So, actually, I'll tell you what then. We'll move them towards Thranduil over here, and I think that's all he'll really need to survive, hopefully. And, although we don't really know how many forces they've got over here, so this might be a bit of a pickle. But if they do have something, it's going to be largely trash. And here we go. We can actually just get some Avari spearmen, which are pretty solid units, really. I'm just wondering if we want them, or if we... because we could presumably actually get them over here as well. Yeah. I'd rather have them in there than with Sidhpantion over here, because I think he'll probably be able to take anything on with that. And Kelleher over here, he's just going to stay put in Bur Southest to keep order, because there is absolutely no elven culture here, so he's going to be needed there. And Malduff hopefully now waits a bit of just a moment so we can get our units in there and hopefully beat them. Okay, so we're doing okay on the money front. Ostingile got a leather tanner. I think it's still got a bit of room to grow, but I think we're just going to keep our money for a moment because... oh yeah, because we were meant to get the stronghold, but we got a guild instead, so maybe next turn. 4,713. Yeah, so we've actually got a bit of money. We've got like 400 gold coins to spare. And Mordor don't like us as much. That could be a problem.
My lord.
Did I already move this diplomat?
Yes, my lord.
Yes, I did. Yes, my lord. Okay, well, let's just retrain. Well, we'll train the 28 and... wait, how much does that cost? 600... okay, well, the stronghold may have to wait, because I'd rather our faction leader survives, particularly now that we can't train his unit anymore. Although, I can't really move these units past Malduff, because if he attacks, then we will certainly die. So, perhaps move over here, Although we have now lost sight of him. So,
My lord.
Okay, well, other than that, I'm just going to move these Woodland Sentinels into Thranduil's halls and give them a armor upgrade, I think. Oh, we've only got a blacksmith, so it's not imperative. So I'm just gonna leave them because we don't really need them, and we don't need them to have the armor upgrade. And then I'm just gonna redo this retraining because I'm paranoid that it won't get done. But that's pretty much it for this turn. So I'll see you on the next one as well. Alrighty then. Well, we've got another candidate for adoption. Well, I think we're probably going to want him because even just for governor duties. So Dor Naurhach got Bladesmith Guild. I think we're going to not get that because we've just got enough money thanks to a gift from the council. Thank you very much. Because of that, we can actually now build the stronghold. Although, hang on. If I do that, am I depriving us of replenishment? No. Okay, so we can do that. So, okay then. What else is there? Relations report. And we've trained those units in Thranduil's halls. That's good. Erin Dolan got a Hall of Song, which is just a town hall. And that will allow us to get a public fountain amongst actually building or training troops here. And the public fountain is useful because it just gives a health bonus. So it could. It's one of the ways you can increase both public order and population growth. And population here isn't very good because this has largely been neglected by myself throughout this campaign. Because I mean, it is very useful to have a castle because castles are. You can train more troops out of them. Or rather, the replenishment pool is quicker there. So they are very useful, it's just not a very good location. And then Minas Laskelen got a great art gallery, which is our highest tier of culture increase. So 5% per turn. Soon enough we will be able to recruit some units here. Other than, just from our Sylvan Gathering Ground. Because we need at least 33% and it's currently on 32. And our better units will need even more. I think about 50% and up. So let's move these units in here. And you do see Malduff there is coming. He's 2 turns away from besieging us. And so we'll be able to get Menace in here as well. So actually, I think we've got quite a good force there. And then over here we've got Chieftain Uthug, who's coming for Sidhpantion. Perhaps we actually just kill him with the Thranduil. I'm not actually 100% on how to pronounce them, but I'd say Thranduil. But is that enough? I think that's probably going to be enough. And being the chieftain, he is the faction heir. So we might even accidentally kill them through regicide. So let's see what happens. Now, would you believe it? Well, let's not listen to his speech. they're not anything on Rome Total War. But I waited 3 times and it was raining in each time. So not very useful. So we're hopefully just going to be able to shoot them. Oh, they've got Mirkwood Hunters, which isn't really an issue, but we will take some losses perhaps from their missiles because we do not have very much armor. So let's just go loose formation and then run up behind them. Now they're going to take this hill, which is going to be a bit annoying because going on a hill in this game does provide you with some kind of like melee and missile attack bonus, I think, or a defense buff, I'm not sure, but you're certainly better in melee. And also, if you're a ranged unit, you get a higher range, because if you're shooting downhill, you tend to be able to shoot your bow a bit further. Bow, crossbow, anything really. Javelin. There's even a few well, they're not slingers, but there's some rock throwing units in this game as well. Although they're all hobbits, so they're not very good. But having said that, they're all actually effective against armor, so effective against armor is always useful. Even if it is only a 1 attack, as I think they might be. Now, I don't want them to actually shoot at our archers. I'd prefer if they shot at him. So we're just going to keep running around. I mean, we might even be better off going into melee with them. Now, we are actually faster than these this bodyguard unit as well, so what we're probably going to have to do is run away. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to run away from them, because they're actually armor-piercing as well, so they won't be able to kill this unit, but there's a chance that our general might go down. So, yeah. If we just keep shooting them, though, they'll constantly get staggered like this. So they'll never be able to catch us with enough shots at them. And, well, now they've just given up, which is very nice. Although we are taking shots from those Mirkwood hunters over there, so maybe if they're just going to stand there, well, we're going to shoot those archers over there.
Elves of the Woodland Realm.
Now, what kind of shot are we getting? Not very good. Maybe if we just move a bit closer. Let's move a bit closer. Maybe they don't mind.
The enemy are badly bloodied.
There we
They
go.
have lost half their men.
In line, archers.
We're actually out of arrows. We're just going to charge those guys. And you shoot the general over here. And we're just going to flank these, and hopefully they're going to run away.
The battle is very much in our favour.
Stop
Victory
shooting
will be
over
ours.
there, and then you charge the general. Hopefully he dies very soon. They're already running. So as soon as the general dies, we've got this. Let's get a close-up of the action. Some good blows being traded here. He doesn't seem to be dying. Here's our general here. Getting a good swing on him.
Good tidings.
And down
The
he
enemy
goes.
general lies dead.
And,
This is a clear victory.
oh, we actually caught everyone. Okay, brilliant. Okay, well, of course we're going to kill them all, because why would we let them live? Enemy camp sacked. We get an extra 300, I think. And Thranduil gets his first win under his belt.
Yes, my lord.
Now, I think these units should go down to Dor Naurhach even so, and maybe Thranduil here, maybe I'm going to use him to perhaps command these units actually from over here, or maybe we could use these archers with Thranduil here, and then they can take Brown Boat, because I think we've got maybe just about enough, especially with these guys here, to take out Malduff, and then we can push on and take Dantalad, and that'll be the end of Dol Guldur. So I'm not entirely sure if these guys are needed. And then, but let's move Sidhpantion along anyway. And he comes across a force of Dol Guldur orcs once more. And they're just, there's a decent-ish unit of Dol Guldur archers here, and then it's just their trash again. So, well, we do need to fight this, so let's get on in there. It's just bonkers, it's just raining with even though I waited 3 times. Oh no, it isn't raining. Oh, that's a nice surprise actually. So, the ballistas, they're just going to stand there, and then they're going to shoot a little bit, and then they're not. Basically, I don't want to have a repeat performance of the last time, also showing just why I dislike ballistas. At least for the elves. They're not actually that bad for everyone. Chiefly the dwarves, they've got amazing siege. And they're just going to run away. That's really annoying. Goodbye. Okay, well, we caught them up finally. We had to walk these ballista units all the way up here just so we could gain the attention of these guys. So we're going to shoot them with the general here. We're going to keep it on ×6 speed because they're eventually going to move. And if they don't, well, then we're just going to shoot them all. So, as I say, it's just trash. Those Dol Guldur archers and those Mirkwood hunters I could do with... maybe if we just shoot them a little bit.
In line, archers. This is it. Attack. Protect the archers of Mirkwood.
But they're not really a high value target. They will definitely kill some of our units.
We must protect the woods.
Our general is completely safe, he says.
We come from the woods. Archers of Mirkwood.
Hopefully, anyway.
The battle is very much in
Not
our
too many
favour.
of those Dol
Victory
Guldur
will be
archers.
ours.
The ballista won't really do anything because it can only hit max one entity really when they're all spread out like that. So they are actually a really useful unit. If you do play as Dol Guldur or as Moria, using like spendable units like that is very useful because you can tie down much more useful units that could be doing a lot of damage to you from the enemy. So they are very, like, they do have a purpose. Not only that, they're cheap. There's a lot of them, so they take a very long time to die, which is very, very frustrating to fight against. But if you're fighting as them, they can be quite nice. Although I don't really play, I don't play as evil factions too often.
In line, archers.
Make of that what you will, but I just don't find them quite as interesting.
The attack.
Although some of them actually are very appealing, particularly like the Ardenheim, they're quite cool. They look cool. I think it's pointless to trade blows like that with them. We're just going to charge in our javelins. Shoot at the archers over there if you must shoot at something. They're all running. They're running. And who dares to defy us now? Well, we don't necessarily have to go after them as long as we catch these. And then those as well. I'm surprised that they're actually outrunning us. Oh, I think we'll probably catch them eventually. Maybe give them a volley. Ah, we caught them. Nice. They're already down to 85%, so as soon as they run away, we're
Our
done.
Cowardly foe runs.
Yep.
It's time to press the attack. Be awed by the victory.
Clearest
we
the
won
victory.
here
We lost
today.
39 men. And once again, we are killing them all. We are bloodthirsty elves. And it's actually quite useful to fight those battles because we do get some money once again. Sadly, no mercenaries here as we did train them already. Now, why not just march this fella here and actually just build a watchtower there? Because I don't like not being able to see our territory. So maybe now is a good time to do some of that while we wait for our units from north to arrive. So this is still from last turn. We did lose some money, but that's only because we built the very expensive, very elaborate stronghold here. And
My lord.
I wonder if these can actually make it 2 turns. I think we'll be okay.
For the light.
So they're going to make it. We're definitely going to have enough to fend off that force, I think. Although, let's have a look at what they've got.
Have a taste of my blade.
I wonder if we can get any closer so we can just see the stats for all you guys. So anyway, they've got a general, which is just the regular Uruk bodyguard. We've got Castellans of Dol Guldur, which we saw with the 2 Nazgul generals of Lagarin and Aglaracor, who are now in Mordor. And of course, Khamul's Shadow Knights, who were the bodyguard of Khamul himself. We will see them again. Hopefully only their corpses. Then comes Shadow Guard, a very good unit there. And Shadow Range is very good. That was used by Lyron. So this is very much like a last hurrah. They've got a bit of everything. They've even got some Goblin Headhunters, very cool Goblin ranged unit. They've got some bows, then some Goblin Striders. They've got some Javelins, which are effective against armor, so we'll have to watch out for them. And then they've got some Trolls as well. So that's going to be a real fight to see who wins, and we're going to see pretty much the entire roster there. To be honest. So that's going to be really interesting. And let's just keep moving this diplomat down here towards Mordor. They, of course, hold Caerandros, or the Isle of Andros here. And also you can just see the lands of Anorian, the lands of the sun, which is just Calenhad rather than Minas Tirith. And also hold Eastern Osgiliath. And so then finally, before I end the turn, we're going to move out these units here, also push them south, because the final unit here being trained are the Lorien Scouts, and being cavalry, they'll be able to catch us up. And they've got further range than just regular infantry, so that's going to be quite useful. And they're probably going to link up with Sidhpantion or with Thranduil here to take Brown Boat. Then we'll have mopped up this entire region. Dorwinion hold Illinan, which is this region here, or at least they should do. They get that, I think, in the turn 1 auto expansion. And they are, of course, our allies, yes. And then also Dale are our allies, and they hold presumably this region. Or there's a region there, there's a region there, and there's a region there. But the Easterlings of Rune may have pushed up here, and also they may have pushed into Dorwinion, and they may be even all the way here. So we'll probably meet them soon, but I don't think in Rhawburg we'll have any issues. So I'll move on to the next turn, and I will see you shortly. I mean, I don't really know why I say I'll see you shortly. I should really stop saying that. But anyway, because it just seems quite jarring, maybe, to say every single turn. But Thranduil here has been presented a bride of, Dorline Dainwen. Dorline Dainwen. That's weird. Can's Demise, they're not doing so well. And, well, let's just follow the road. Although I guess it's somewhere around here. Oh, there it is. Rhawburg. And they've only got 4 units, including a general, so we'll be easily able to take that down. We'll be able to take that down on the next turn, actually, because of the fact that we have the siege equipment. Now, Malduff here has done really a bit of a pro-gamer move, because we, as you can just see there, we can't reach Dor Naurhach. And because of that, if he were then to attack, he could then draw out our forces here. And we'd rather fight with ourselves in the castle. So we're going to move out of his range. And hope that because of that, he then moves on Dor Naurhach. But that does mean that we won't get these units. I suppose I could have put the Lorien Scouts in there, but it doesn't really make much of a difference because cavalry in the siege just aren't that useful. Because they can't charge in settlements, and there are no reinforcements that we can train via the mercenary system. Maybe perhaps in Achnodion we could get some Vale of Anduin units, but that's too far away.
Come, my brothers.
Yeah, nothing in Parcumru. So what we've got there is what we've got. And hopefully we don't have the demise of King Thranduil the Aggressive, who, true to his name, he has pushed out into quite a precarious position. But I have faith in him, and of course we can't train his unit anymore. The Aretherith, now that we've sided with the Alliance, this is the only unit of them that we will have. So, Well, anyway, onto the construction report then. Thranduil has got got itself a builder's guild house, which will just allow us to build cheaply and quickly. Bur Auge, we're not going to get anything there. We did get the public fountains, but it seems to be in good shape. Bur Southis, we got the artist studio, so that's going to start building up culture as well as the dance guild. But that's going to be quite a while. But I think a Hall of Song here would be good, just so Keller here becomes free, because he's gonna cost us like I think 300 per turn. Yeah, we're gonna have to hold off before building anything in Thranduil's halls for now. But we've got those Lorien scouts; they're gonna move south as well as these troops as well. So what else? Okay, so Sidhpantion isn't quite ready to attack there, and perhaps we can move these elven archers towards Dor Naurhach as well. They might get in, depending on what Malduff does. Well, other than that then, we're going to continue moving Tithai Pharason, our diplomat, down south. And you do want to do it manually, because through this region there are a lot of forces of Rohan probably moving through here, so he's likely to get blocked, so it's useful to do it yourself, and hopefully we can get that ceasefire. But that's everything we can really do for this turn, and hopefully Malduff does perhaps dilly-dally around in this region so we can get Minaithalon into Dor Naurhach as well. So during the end turn, I was just watching, keenly observing that indeed Lorien is under attack, as we just got that message there, but a very large force of orcs of Moria, or goblins of Moria rather, have come and attacked Carascalathon. And that would be very interesting if they were to take that, because obviously we'd want to take it because it is a huge city, is a custom settlement, is their capital, and it is largely as useful as Minas Lascalen or Thranduil's horses, and it makes a lot of money. And I think we could maybe even build a Sylvan gathering or Sylvan Alliance encampment there, so it would be doubly useful, and it would be a useful staging ground to hit west. But I do not think these are going to be taking Carascalathon anytime soon. We can't see all of their units, partially because we've only got this watchtower here, but yeah, they're not going to be taking that. So now, where is Malduff? Where is he?
My lord, approaching.
Oh dear, how have we lost him? This could be very bad. Maybe he's moved this way. Let's move. Okay, yeah, there he is. Let's not. Let's not try and go towards him. We could almost try and hope to defeat him in the field with this army that we've got here. Of course, by having such a large army here, we aren't going to be making any money. So we, at some point, you know, we're going to have to kind of choose to fight somewhere. But for now, let's finish with Sidhpantion taking Rhawburg here. And Lorm has actually managed to recruit some more trash, because that's all they can train from these crappy little towns that they've got. And they do have a barracks, not barracks, sorry, a garrison building, which we also can build. I just choose not to. But because I don't think I need them. But anyway, they get a free unit of orc defenders, which are okay, I guess, but we'll be able to defeat them no trouble. We actually got some decent weather for a change, so let's go. Now, we don't have any siege equipment because we've got this ballista, which is quite handy. So we can just go straight in. Well, let's just have them right there at the front. And Sidhpantion, you can kind of be their bodyguard, and then we'll just put our archers here. And although we don't want them to be shooting just yet, because we will need them to shoot over the walls before we do anything. And why not put on flaming missile? I don't know if it actually makes them any better or more damaging, but oh, okay, they're coming through. This is weird. Do they think that they can actually sally out? I mean, I'm just gonna The ballista's getting amazing kills. Oh my word! I usually say that they're rubbish. But yeah, let's shoot them, I guess. Although I don't like the way this is turning out, so Sidhpantion, go, 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 go! We could actually lose this if they were to kill the ballista. Which would be very bad, obviously. So let's try and avoid that by all means necessary. You guys throw your javelins in while these hopefully... Now, as long as they don't destroy the ballista, we can still use them okay. So even if one... As long as we've got one left and the crew don't die. So let's try and move them away. Because the ammunition won't go to waste, because quite nicely in medieval Total War 2, they kind of pick up what was left. So say like 2 ballistas went down, we wouldn't lose half of our ammunition, we'd still have full ammunition, it would just take longer to spend it all, so that's quite useful. It's just very weird that they'd come out and attack us like this. Is there a gap here? Well, not really. Let's move them around the side. It's quite annoying when you double click and it doesn't actually double click. Now we would want to trap them here. Oh wait, that's not the unit I thought it was. I suppose you can just shoot there for a moment. You shoot them. This is a very weird battle. Ballista, get in position. You there, throw your javelins in there, why not? They're still fighting because they've got a general, so they've got pretty good morale, so they're not going to want to run away until they're soundly being beaten, I guess. So, and may as well get the gate down. Hopefully we can shoot over. I have no faith in these ballistas, so if they take even one elf down, they're getting disbanded immediately after this battle. I've had it with them. They're just an annoyance. Come on then, let's have a look. Let's see. Hopefully they don't just shoot through the gap in the gate as well. That would be annoying. Okay, that's a decent arc. You've missed. You've all missed. You've actually all missed. Oh, one hit. Well done. 4th time's the charm. I can't believe they haven't run away yet. And now they're opening the door. Oh, okay, there we go. Well, artillery, stop firing. Just shoot over there. There's a very large mass there. Oh, they've got quite a lot of archers in there, so we might be better off almost going into melee with them, because well, we don't really want to do that, but it might be the best thing we could do. I just can't believe that they haven't run away. There's like 7 of them. And they're like the lowest morale unit in the game. I suppose maybe this fellow here that has this bodyguard, he might be their faction heir, now that we've killed off so many of their generals. Someone surely got some javelins. Well, we've got to keep moving away so we get some good shots in. So I think if we kill this guy, then the rest of them will run away as soon as we charge in. Well, we can just surround them now, I think. So you keep shooting, or don't shoot them, just shoot into that mass, as well as you. And then we can use the Javi boys to come around the side. Getting good solid charges, a few orcs go. And their general is, there he is. He's not even bloodied yet, so he's probably going to take a while. It's going to be a while before he goes down. Now let's see these ballista bolts go in. This is actually, I wouldn't call it an ideal scenario, but it's certainly not a bad one. This is like, on a bridge battle as well, ballistas can be very good. They are well and truly surrounded now. It's just the general himself with a few trusted bodyguards left. Put it on ×6. He's got to go down sooner or later. He must have a lot of hit points because he is like the faction heir or faction leader, maybe actually. There he goes. Finally. Okay then, everyone charge over there. Oh no, they're not going to run away because there's 4 still in the town square, and you can't win unless everyone is running away simultaneously. So sadly, we're going to have to kill them all. Oh no. Well, let's come out over here and then we can throw these javelins in the back. That will speed this up a little bit. Now they show their true worth. Very tired woodland wardens. Do they get charge in? Yes, they do. Labouring down the hill.
Our men have taken control of the city.
Of course, they can't run away because they've got infinite morale in this town plaza. But there they go, clear victory. Let's have a look at how many the ballista killed. 114, not bad. And so then we have taken Rhawburg, either or. Now, it is a town, but I'm thinking we're just going to kill them all because there's going to be a high cultural unrest here, and I'd rather not have to keep an army here. So, and with it being a town, we can actually build some population growth inducing buildings anyway. So I think we're just going to exterminate. And in here, there's nothing we can't already use, and this here is the armory building. So the plus minus just means that because they can't put just a minus sign, there has to be a plus in terms of building income. So it is a negative 100 amount, basically being that you are paying people to garrison your town, and it will give you, if you're besieged and attacked, it'll give you an extra unit, sometimes more, and then there's a separate tier of that as well. But we're gonna keep it because it's 10%. It's providing public order as well, so it is quite useful. But for now, I think we're not going to build anything else there. Now let's have a look if what we can leave behind. I suppose those 43 actually that have been totally forgotten. Well, what if we move everyone out? They don't actually mind that. They can deal with that for a bit while those guys come down. And I think, Sidhpantion, you maybe move on Brown Boat then and build a tower there. Why not?
We will need that one.
And I'm very confident that I know that Dorwinion own Lothaur here, so there's no way that the Eastlings would hold this region over here. It's just all going to be owned by Dorwinion, our ally. So we've got no threat from that direction. And Thranduil here, you may as well also build a tower there, so we can see in this direction.
Elven warriors.
And yeah, I think he might actually be worth coming up here for Brown Boat. He might be able. Oh no, he won't be able to. They're sellswords. They're pretty good melee infantry, and whilst these are okay, they're not good enough to kill 3 units of sellswords, even with a general in support. So we'll have to wait for Sidhpantion over here.
Scout the area.
But that will happen shortly, and then we'll own this entire region. The only real issue we're having is what is to do with Malduf, who is now somewhere in this region. Is he going to come for Dor Naurhach? We'll have to wait. And I know I did say this is going to be the death of Dol Guldur, but sadly they didn't attack like I thought they would. But if you've enjoyed this, well, actually, an extra bonus tomorrow, or so you're watching this on Wednesday. On Thursday, I'm planning to have a video which just shortly outlines what our roster now will look like. Because, of course, the barracks event has kicked in. And once we have built the barracks, which we are just about to commence, so we do have some Woodland Sentinels, which is like our second of 3, perhaps 4 tiers of archers. They do get visual upgrades, and I just want to show off the uniformity in the army particularly, because even our base units, they get some upgrades from wearing chainmail, and they look like they're actually wearing chainmail. So in the later Total War games, you may not have seen this. And even if you are a Divide and Conquer player like myself, in this latest version, there are some really cool uniformity changes to make, like, even Woodland Sentinels, they look nothing like this when they're fully upgraded, and they look amazing. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and I really hope you've enjoyed this, and let me know how you feel about me cutting things out, and if the editing is too severe, etc. And next time we will see a very large scale battle and Dol Guldur's last hurrah and demise. But I'm going with Gandalf. Good day.